That's right. You can see security is still so tight here. We're right out front of the Amway Center, and I want to show you right here to my right is just the overflow section. I'm standing on the roof of the Bay Village retirement community, and believe it or not, this is only 13 stories above ground, just under 140 feet. Now imagine going up another 12 stories. This is how high Nick Walenda and his sister Liana will be. This one in particular has mixed paper, and it's already been cleaned, so it's ready. And I can actually probably pan over just a little bit. It's that yellow home where those firefighters are. You can see the smoke damage. So I do want to just kind of zoom in so you guys can see closer to like where all of the action is happening. Detectives just removed that body that was found floating in Sarasota Bay from the 10th Street boat ramp behind me. Law enforcement is calling Ring and other systems like it the new age digital neighborhood watch. This building you see behind me is Sarasota Police Department. It is literally just steps away from Payne Park, where we are now and where all of this happened. We're all wearing these backpacks, and I can't take this off until I stuff it with crayons or colored pencils, anything. Bring them here. We'd love to see you. I'm witnessing it for myself. A lot of these drivers going like this, looking up, then back down at their phone, then up, then back down at their phone, texting while behind the wheel. Slide them on and you're in a whole new world.
Ooh.
This is already encouraging residents to recycle more. Just how quickly a car burglary like this can happen. So we'll see, we'll time it. Ready? 3 seconds. And remember,
Happy Halloween.
you said happy Halloween. This has rocked you emotionally.
I'm devastated.
So Keith, you told me you're a father, you are against this. Do you have another alternative for keeping students safe? Good evening, I'm Taylor Torregano. But how about vacations? A business called Fake a Vacation allows people to do just that. First alert traffic for the drive home. We're seeing a slowdown that's pretty typical for this time of day. I-75 moving north towards Tampa in November to reinstate voter rights for convicted felons. Congressman Stubbe says so far $1 million has already been raised in sponsorships alone. That's right, Bill. Obviously not the best news for this family to be getting. And on top of that, today is Earl's wife's due date. She'll be having their second child here at the same hospital that her husband is now recovering after being severely bitten by that rattlesnake.
At this moment, I'm just thankful he's here with us, knowing that what could have happened.
But tears filled Diana Yersted's eyes at the thought of what did happen.
I have drop foot, so I will no longer be able to raise my foot up. I'll have to have some extensive gear of some sort.
It took a split second for life as Earl knew it to change with no warning.
I was screaming, I got bit, I got bit. It felt literally like a bat hitting my leg, and I looked down and started hearing the sound of a rattlesnake.
Unusual because the experts say rattlesnakes will typically rattle first, then strike. But Earl Yerstead was in swampy lands just outside of the new Braves Stadium. This was the snake's territory.
Being that we've had a lot of rain last week in this area, that'll flush them out. We also have high temperatures, which means their metabolism is increasing, which means they're going to feed more often. He was clearing an area, so we don't know if he was clearing an area that's the animal's home. Just like you protect your home, they protect their home the same way.
The rattlesnake curator called it a perfect storm, which might be why Sarasota Memorial Hospital has treated 2 patients with snake bites from Northport in the last week after 5 years of no bites at all. But it's not just there.
The diamondback rattlesnake on the trail right near Escashare.
This video taken on the Legacy Trail by Daryl Lang on a stroll over the weekend. The good news is, experts say if you don't attack them, rattlesnakes typically won't attack you.
The snake's not going to say, hey, there's a human on a bike, let me go chase them down and bite them. That's not what they want to do, because once again, it takes energy to produce venom, and you want to conserve energy, and it also puts a snake at risk.
So if you're hiking out on a local trail or in a rural construction area, be on the lookout. Experts say you should always keep your eyes and ears open for that rattle. Shuffle your feet through the woods and take your time. Don't go running through those shrubs. Lastly, remember, you're in nature's realm, not yours. I'm reporting from Sarasota Memorial Hospital, Taylor Torregano, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Tonight, ABC 7's Taylor Torregano is investigating the numerous lawsuits and the claims from customers that the owner, Alex Gardner, owes them money and unfinished work.
That's right, Scott. And even though court documents show that the owners of Exclusive Kitchens and More were evicted back in November of 2018, you can see much of the signage still remains. There's a printout that says closed for today. And when you take a look inside, much of the merchandise has been untouched. New contractors hard at work, doing the job Eric Nygaard already paid someone else for.
We're talking $50,000 worth of material between the cabinets and the flooring, no product.
That was the first check Nygaard wrote to Alex Gardner with Exclusive Kitchens and More as a deposit for their $90,000 contract to completely remodel his home. When Gardner's crew made it out to get started, they asked for $31,000 more, then ripped up all of the floors and bathrooms.
And did that in about a day and a half, and then never to be seen again.
Left with $81,000 and a house in the hole, Nygaard says this didn't just take a toll on his bank account.
The thought of being taken for that kind of money is very, very stressful, and it brings out the anxiety and the PTSD. The emotional part of it is very, very hard. Going through my health issues, and then on top of this, it's makes things tenfold worse.
The survivor of a recent heart transplant says he'll survive this too, but hearing of the others makes him want retribution.
They were just horrible, awful people.
Julie Frost has a similar story.
We paid $69,060.50.
Though it wasn't easy, Frost says she was finally able to get Exclusive Kitchens to start the work before her family moved here from Atlanta. But they immediately started noticing red flags and contacted Sarasota County's permit division.
It's been a hassle from the beginning. My house is a mess. The work is horrible. I do not find a license anywhere. Can you tell me, is there a building permit pulled for my house? Can you tell me that? I got an email back. There's no permit pulled for your house. It crushed me.
The county then put a stop work order on their home, prohibiting Exclusive Kitchens from any further work, which left the new Floridian's house in shambles.
Really, it was living hell for months with this. It was a constant battle in our marriage. It was, we were trying to keep our kids excited to uproot from their home in Georgia, that all they knew, that here we go, we're going to move to Florida, have a new start, we have family close by. And it was a mess. Everything was a constant mess.
Her husband was forced to stay in Atlanta, returning to work after retiring to earn enough money to cover the $70,000 loss. And though the Frosts found new contractors to fix much of the work they call shoddy, they're afraid Alex Gardner will continue to do this to others.
I watched people come through the door. I watched retired people come through the door, old couples, you know, all excited to have a new kitchen in their house. And I know what the results were going to be. I said, it has to stop. This has to stop.
They filed and won a judgment against Exclusive Kitchens and More, along with many others, after their restitution too. Of course, we've tried numerous times to get in touch with Alex Gardner, the owner of Exclusive Kitchens and More. I called his cell phone 3 times, found another number listed for Alex online and called that, tried the business line, and I even went to his house. No one answered the door or returned to any of my calls. We'll keep you posted on this developing story. For now, I'm reporting in Sarasota, Taylor Torregano, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.